What up everybody, it's Charlie and I'm back. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the terms high and low functioning as it relates to disability. I know this is not a new topic. Disabled people around the globe have discussed this in forums and I know it comes up a lot, but I haven't addressed it yet on my channel, so I wanted to talk about it here today. So basically, high and low functioning are terms that people use to divide the disabled community into the good ones and the bad ones. It sets up this dichotomy that you're either high functioning and able to mask your symptoms or pass in the neurotypical world, whereas low functioning describes people who aren't able to pass in the neurotypical world. Their symptoms are more obviously presented. In my experience, I've seen these terms used as a compliment more than anything, especially on the high functioning side. People will be like, oh, you're so high functioning, I wouldn't know that you were sick. While people say this well-meaning, it really sets people up to fail and to not be able to be forthcoming with the symptoms that they have because they'll lose that status of being high functioning, or I don't know, it's set up as this thing that's better than being low functioning. And so it puts people like up on a pedestal for that disability, like it's something that people who are low functioning need to aspire to, or I don't know, it just really sets up this weird situation that doesn't help us. It doesn't advance the community at all because it is mainly divisive. For me, it's the equivalent of saying like, you're not like other black folks, like you're better or like you're different, which is a racist compliment that white people sometimes give. But like I said, that's racist and offensive because I am like other black people and there's so much diversity within the black community. And instead of focusing on what makes us different or what sets me apart from other black people, we should instead be focusing on what is affecting us as a people, like what systems and principalities and like government structures and like systemic structures are preventing us from succeeding in society. Basically, what is systemic racism doing to us? And I think the same is true for the disabled community. Instead of talking about how high or low functioning we are, or how our symptoms are presenting, instead I think it's more beneficial to have conversations around what ableism is doing to us and how ableism affects us in everyday life and how it prevents us from succeeding in society. And all of those like smaller things, or not small, huge things that affect our everyday life more than how our symptoms are presenting. We all have our own unique way that our disability is present in our bodies. The way it shows up is different. Not everybody is the same within even the same disability. So these labels of high or low functioning don't help. They don't mean anything because everyone is just different. So to try to categorize us in that way is really just counterproductive, and like I said, just takes away from the bigger picture of no matter how your symptoms are presenting, there's still this larger stigma against certain disabilities versus others. And there are overarching problems that affect all of us that really need to be addressed. And I just really hope we get past this point where we're trying to categorize people by their levels or like judge people or stratify people in this way. And instead we can just take people as they are, as a whole person, and see them and know them and love them and encourage them to be themselves as much as we possibly can. And I think if we did more of that, then people would have space to be their whole selves and find more acceptance in that. I know for me, like, those labels were really harmful because it really just made me feel isolated and like I wasn't part of my larger community. And that was really harmful for me. It didn't give me the space I needed to thrive. And I don't want that for anyone. And I hope that by watching this video, you guys have learned a little bit more about that and hopefully won't put people into these boxes and these labels, and will instead just accept them for who they are and go from there. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about this. I'll see you in the comments below, and see you next week. Deuce.